When I built 80/20 Investor, I wanted to make something that was more than just a desktop website. The whole point of 80/20 Investor was to create a system that would empower DIY investors to become successful investors and actually outperform the market and professional investors and fund managers with very little effort every week. And that means it could be weekly, it could be 6 monthly, but the whole point is you can get on with your life but still be successful and make money. Now, could I take that one further? As you can see from the previous videos, then it works brilliantly online, but could I make it work on a mobile or a tablet? So what I'm going to do here is show you how 80/20 works on a mobile. I'm looking at my home screen, you can see there's an icon that says 80/20 Investor. If I just click on that and fire up our home page and you're logged in, what you'll see will happen is very quickly you will get the home page of 80/20 Investor. Now this is the normal dashboard. Look, it's got everything that's been optimized for the small screen. This is what it would look like if you were on the train or in a coffee shop, just fired up the 80/20 Investor website. And so you can go through and look at all these different functions and they all work brilliantly on mobile. We spend a lot of time and money to make that so. So let me just show you one of the most data heavy areas, which is the best of the rest section, which is where we have the tables. Let me just show you what happens when you go in. Most websites out there, investment wise, have data and they look terrible on mobiles. But what I wanted, could we make a system where we could use anywhere, on the beach, sitting there in a coffee shop? So I'm in the data area now of our best of the rest, and you can see the unit trust section is highlighted at the top to say that's where you are. Now let's just look at one of these sections. I've gone on to global. What you can see is it automatically resizes for the small screen. So the table at the top shows the first two columns. But if you click that green plus on a fund, you can see the other columns quickly drop down. And you can do it for the second fund as well. And even below, the chart is showing you all the data for the last 6 months discrete period. Now look at this. We took advantage of the fact that the iPhone screen can rotate. If I flip it onto its side, the screen automatically resizes and you can see the tables now display more columns instantly. But you can click the green plus as ever and you can get a few more, the last few columns displayed. But look at what happens to the tables. They display in a much more aesthetically pleasing way. They're easier to look at and understand. But you don't have to stop there. If you want to go on investment trusts or something else, look, you click on investment trusts. And that tab there, now we've got all those various different sectors and their global funds. So that's the power of what we do. We want to make something that's amazing to use, not just offline but online. And where having an investment research department in your pocket, that would set you back hundreds of thousands maybe a year, but we want to give it to you for £3 a week. So let's flip the screen back, and we're back in portrait mode. What I love, imagine if you had an issue that you wanted a bit of bespoke research or suggest for an article. If you scroll right down here to the bottom and go to contact, you could actually go in here, and this is where you could go in and actually submit a request. And you might, let's say you wanted, you're worried about funds for the, excuse the predictive text, but this is just live, funds for the current market sell-off, and then you put in your name and email and you click submit. I mean, that comes directly to me, and I'll do the research. If enough people want a particular topic covered, we'll cover it, and then it'll end up being covered in our latest 80/20 articles, which obviously you can access from anywhere in the dashboard or on the shortcuts below. So I've just clicked on now, latest 80/20 articles. And what's great about these things, don't forget you can actually use the iPhone's natural ability to read out articles. If you go into an article now and you walk along the road and you want to see what the latest article is, then by all means you could actually highlight the text like so. There we go. If you click speak, it would start to speak the words out loud as you're walking along the road, but I won't do it for the sake of this demo. Let's go and say you got an email, one of our stop loss alerts came in. Let me go and find one in our email. There we go. Or our weekly newsletter, here we go. This is what it would look like. It'll get in your email, you might read through it. It's all about clear presentation. And if you missed that, don't forget you can always go back to the website and you can find them in our newsletter archives here. And you can find our stop loss, there we go. So 80/20 Investor is all about allowing you to maximise your investment returns for minimum effort and hopefully be enjoyable too.